Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode 2 of the Southern Route in Railway Empire 2, scenario number 7. All right, so here's the 4 things we have to do today. We have to deliver 16 loads of coal to Santa Fe. That should be pretty easy. Make 7 different goods available in Flagstaff, so there's 0 7, so that's going to be a bit of a chore. Connect 300,000 citizens to a rail network. We have almost just over a third of that, so that's going to be work. And then transport 60 passengers from Santa Fe to Anita, which is up in the mountains. And then our optional task is have an express line between El Paso and San Francisco. So basically from this edge here way over to the coast. And then have 225,000 citizens in the Arizona region, which would include Flagstaff, Kingman, Tucson, and Yuma. All right, and then we're going to need to found the city of Grand Junction. All right, let's look and see what has changed. So El Paso's grown. All right, we'll leave that. So we have a connection bonus here for wool. Here's our Arizona region. We have Tucson, Kingman, Flagstaff, and was Anita part of that? Let's see. Down here to Yuma, Tucson, Kingman, Flagstaff. Yuma. Where's Yuma? Must be down. Okay, there it is. So Tucson, Yuma, Kingman, Flagstaff, right in here. So we could easily do a warehouse there. So then we go up north here. I don't see anything else. We can buy this. These two are available to buy. California still isn't. There's a $300,000 connection bonus for this wool to come in. We couldn't buy the wool. It was almost $500,000, but we're going to go put our train on that. So one of the one of the main tasks was to get Flagstaff up to 7 goods at the same time. Well, it needs to be grown into a city for that to happen. So first thing we're going to do is we made a line. We're going to bring up grain to Flagstaff. That's one of the 3 things we're going to need. So now we're bringing in our wood to Flagstaff. This is going to be our meat train going all the way to Flagstaff from Santa Fe. And now we have the sugar hooked up into Cookstop, which is going to be our Arizona warehouse. I'll have to rename that. We got our train on this. Flagstaff has an industry spot open, so we're going to drop in this weaving mill. And the reason we chose that is because Kingman has meat, Tucson has alcohol, Yuma is still not started yet. We got lucky in that there's both grain and a corn here anyways, so they're not really part of the warehouse. So we added in the wool just to save going way up to Flagstaff. So we bought this wool station, gonna bring it in here. Got our train for it, and I should also mention we bought the sugar. We did buy the grain and the corn, and we already bought the vegetables and the wood up here, so we own everything we need. Just looking up Flagstaff here. Looks like they should have everything to accomplish the 7 goals. There we go.
This pile of dust and rags? Don't make me laugh. I would have saved myself the trouble or invested it into something more worthwhile. Something more worthwhile far away from here. Ha!
And there we go. We got our 7 things of Flagstaff at the same time. It'll continue to grow. Then we're going to throw a train on our Arizona warehouse going to Tucson Freight. We doubled up the sugar train going into the warehouse, and now we're bringing in our wood, and then eventually our vegetables will come from the same train. 2 of them going into the warehouse. It's going through Flagstaff at the moment, but as it gets busier, we'll do a bypass. Time to start making some more money. So we put a line from Deming to Tucson to Yuma and then back. We're going to start it with 3 trains because that's all we have the money for and all our wagons. We're back at the Arizona warehouse, and now we're kicking up 2 trains to Kingman to try to grow it. We're going to bring down the cloth from Flagstaff down to Tucson, and then kick up the alcohol back up to Flagstaff, and I think we'll make Tucson a secondary warehouse to be able to move this meat over as well. Now we have our train from Kingman to Tucson. We're going to bring in our cattle in the Kingman Freight on this train.
As in the Great Plains, you always manage to make the landscape bloom. The Lord is truly with you.
Nice, we got the 300,000 citizens on a rail network. And also, at the same time, we're waiting to see if we can get enough money to build this Yuma or Arizona warehouse to Yuma Freight. And we'll put our 2 trains down just to get Yuma up and running because it's not a city yet. Then we have our Kingman Freight going to bring down meat to Yuma to help get it started as a city. We're going to move on to another task, and we're going to bring our 16 loads of coal in Santa Fe. So we have 2 trains on that. We researched a new express train, the NYC American, so we're going to flip all our trains into those. Here we are coming into Santa Fe with our last 8 pieces of coal, and that should help take care of one of our tasks. As you can see, Santa Fe is nestled completely around by mountains all the way around.
Wonderful.
Perfect.
Another route to bring the treasures of the West to the metropolises of the East. I'm sure you'll know how to put the extra money to good use.
Okay, so the last thing to do is they have 60 passengers from Santa Fe to Anita. And to do that, we're going to have to buy this Utah territory. We have our line set up from Santa Fe to Anita, so we're going to throw 2 trains on that, see how it goes. Here we are climbing up the mountain to Anita from Santa Fe, which was one of our tasks. I believe these last 14 passengers should accomplish the 60 passengers from Santa Fe to Anita. And we'll see if it does or not.
More and more people travel with our rail line. Not because they want to start a new life in the West, though. On the contrary, they're tourists. Especially in this area, the demand is huge to see the Grand Canyon up close. In the small town of Anita, people know how to turn this potential market into ringing cash registers. Our passenger numbers are truly a miracle. We're well on our way to realizing our dream.
I see you have exceeded my expectations. In fact, you and your Mr. Holiday should have been bankrupt by now. Maybe there is still some profit to be made from your nonsense here.
Now we're on the last stretch. The salt of the Pacific Coast is already in the air. And I have good news. Mr. Huntington is finally giving up his resistance. He made me promise that we would buy one of his private routes on the way. But I can't force you to do anything, can I?
So we finally got our Anita figured out. So this episode, we kind of left Santa Fe, Albuquerque, El Paso just sort of do their own thing. So El Paso's at 55, Albuquerque's 61, Santa Fe is way up at 78, Deming climbed up to also 78. That's pretty good. What we worked on mostly, oh, they got a slot open there, see, is Tucson's up to 43, Flagstaff is up to 17, started at nothing. We got almost 30 in Kingman. Yuma's up to 839, so it's not exactly booming, but it is getting there. And so and then we also established this Arizona warehouse that's serving Kingman, Yuma, Tucson, and Flagstaff. Usually I don't do 4, but kind of works out good this way. So as far as our optional tasks, if you look here, we're already at 90,000 of the 225 for the Arizona territories, so that should come along pretty good. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Come back and watch another great video of Ike and me gaming.